So actually, I'm going to be doing some commentary, I guess, when I can, but don't expect too much. So we need as much points as possible. The more points we can, like the more we can thing. Obviously, homing's probably going to be the first priority, and then extra turrets probably next over explosion. It'll depend on how fast we can beat the first boss. And I'm a little bit slow in the first level. It's the first couple levels is all about accumulating. So if you want to beat me, you have to beat me either in terms of points or in terms of speed. I was analyzing the world record. And yeah, so it's definitely about like how fast you can get certain levels of arrows. The chopping wood, carrying water thing where you need to just improve your axe. We can get the third level here, second level actually, and then make sure that you're clicking properly, because sometimes it won't apply the effects. So yeah, no point in getting a second level of lightning. It's just too slow. Um, you may want to farm a little bit of level, but you will get, oh sorry, you will get some more points. You will get some more points on the later levels because the enemies are worth more. So there's a little bit of advantage, like there's a little bit of how much time you want to spend on the early levels. So definitely be careful there. Oh shoot! So I wish I could have gotten a third level of homing, but that's not gonna happen. So hopefully we can get homing and explosion on this level, and that's the goal here. Um, because right now we're only working with the second level of homing. So yeah, the previous world record run set in 2017 by Alpha Mud. I keep thinking it's Alpha J for whatever reason. I think I keep confusing with J as games. As I said before, you want to spam click it so that it takes the path that the desired path. That is a weird path. So you can tell that I think that's very much like um, a orbiting trajectory that like um, what. Oh shoot! I forgot to set the timer. Dang nabbit. Okay. I'll do it as soon as this level's over, I guess. So when we deal with the animation. Yeah, the timer's not going to be 100% accurate. I wish it was. I like keeping a clean timer so that the splits are clean, and the record is clean, but that's kind of unfortunate. Sorry, I was thinking too much in commentating. I was planning out a strategy. Yeah, so we'll get third level of bombing and then one level of up. So it's actually I think it's more important to actually get extra turrets than it is to get it's more important to get extra turrets than it is to get like the second or third level of bombing. I think the reason why the Alpha Mudkip did um, he went for 3 levels of bombing is because he couldn't get enough points in time. Although it doesn't make sense because level 3 bombing costs the same as extra turrets. Maybe he found that the speed was maybe offset by um, the speed gained was offset by like the damage done from explosive arrows. So yeah, so we're on the easier levels because now I have homing, and then these are some of the easier levels to deal with. This should get us the second level. I need to assess if this is the last level before bombing, then thank. But if there's still one more level left, then I might save my currency to buy extra turrets instead of getting level 2, because it is taking 2 hits to take down these enemies. So we need a total of 30,000 to thing. This is the second level. Yeah, so we'll continue. I'll gamble on the Okay, because I don't think I can get 20,000 points in one level. I don't think there's just enough enemies to do that. You guys might want to calculate the points. Like, if you want to do a lot of in-depth research, you want to calculate how many points are on each level. I don't know whether the points are randomly generated. It doesn't seem like it though. I think each vehicle or enemy has a fixed number of points, and certain hit points will thing. There may be a little bit of RNG, but I don't expect it to be too big. Shoot, right clicking is going to slow me down, so there's a couple of time optimizations there. I'm really speed running, not really for getting the world record, but more for just learning the techniques. There's our power up extra turrets that we need, and then we're seeking, what are we looking for now? Now we're just looking for that third level of explosion. Yeah, see, definitely not enough. So yeah, I think it's important that we saved. Sure we buy the right thing. And then, yeah. Oh, yeah, so we only have one level of explosion instead of two because we need 10,000. Um, so there's 10,000 right there. I need to change the timer as we that animation is when you want to change that timer. So we're a little bit behind a ways on time. So we'll see if that time saved me anything. As I said before, there's more just experimentation phase. This is the really fun phase because you're kind of like learning new techniques, and then the last part is just execution. So the most fun part of the process the process is only fun if you've achieved something, to be honest with you, because if you fail it kind of just it feels like wasted effort. But when you've achieved something, the most fun part is actually just this part, the grinding part, because that's like, when you're uncertain of everything. So really enjoy this process, I guess. This is what they mean by, oh, that's a lot of bullets. I need to change the angles, I guess. I need to vary up the angles. That's why. Oh, that's not good. I wasted so much bullets on that one helicopter. Okay, there's a third level of bombing, and then we're done. We're done with upgrades. Now it's just execution, which with commentary, I'm probably not dedicating enough mental resources to. Let's just make sure that we're on the highest level, because I'm not 100% sure. Obviously, I need to do research on if it updates. I think it does. So you kind of just need to have that sense of trust rather than gambling on paranoia. Because once you know like the game mechanics and you trust them, then you won't be hesitant or be paranoid about that sort of thing. Because as I said before, all those second skips are just things you can improve for execution. So I'm spam. This definitely needs to be done with a mouse, by the way. Do this on a trackpad. Like you either have an insane click speed or you're using like an auto hotkey script to function as double clicks. Plus, I'm really glad like it's not like it's not just a clicking game, like not 100% a clicking game. There's still some skill involved, because if it was just click based, right, like how fast you can click, then I think you could definitely script it. But there's a little bit of accuracy, but this would be interesting as a tool assisted speedrun. I think it'd look pretty cool. Um, you could probably see machine do it really quickly. As you can see, I'm kind of slow. Um, but hopefully, I'm hoping that we make up time on the later levels. I don't think so though, because at this point, there's really not much of time to improve actually. So maybe I gambled wrong. Because yeah, I think I'm behind my world record speed. Um, because at the end, like we're on the same level, and it's just more about time and execution. So we're really the experimenting is going to be in the first three levels. I'm still going to try and play it out and see if there's any time improvements to be saved on the boss levels. You can probably see the time splits. And then I'm just testing various ideas. I still think explosion and homing is the fastest way to go. I can't think of anything else that would deal more damage. But there are a lot of different arrow types and a lot of combinations I haven't explored or played around with. I think that's really much more for casual play. But I think it makes sense that explosion would be the most powerful in comparison to maybe like lightning or something. By the way, this way you get a lot of points, so you definitely do have a lot of points to mess around with in free play. In the future levels, as I said before, you do need to save up your extra turrets because um, the extra turrets, the future level lengths are very long. So I said before, but also there's an argument for completing um, going through the full game rather than just quitting when you don't have a good run, because you want to improve consistency. Once your later run consistencies are good, then you don't have to worry or be stressed about like ruining a good run. So sometimes it's good to practice on a low stakes environment where a run is not as successful and you just finish the run for consistency, rather than trying to pursue the best run and then like um, trying to trying to hope that you get it when it counts, right? So that's a lot about just practice and like speed running theory, in my opinion, right? Because it's like a lot of people, I think once we're really skilled, we want to do perfect runs, but consistency is also a really important factor in success, right? Because you only get a perfect, like if especially when the chances are really low, this is like based on virtual and whatnot. Um, Virtual speedrunning stuff, but it's like especially when the chances are really low, you want to make sure that each run, you'll be able to execute when the time when the time comes, right? When it's like when you've put your chips in the pot and like the game really matters. So I need to destroy these vehicles because it's faster to destroy them, let them fall off the map. I think. Um, at least that's my prediction. I could be wrong. Yeah, no, but I'm definitely, I think, a little bit too behind my old world record pace, my personal best, which is kind of surprising. But yeah, as I said before, just execution, really. We're not really playing this for, but we still want to play this as if this was a world record run, just as I said before, for consistency, and then, taking the time to breathe. So I guess we'll do improving timers. Yeah, so but this what I'm happy about is it won't threaten my split times, because my split times won't be like super absurd. Um, I like keeping clean split time, so I'll probably save this under a different split file because the timer wasn't clean. As I said before, the timer is really more for integrity purposes, really, so that like you have a reference rather than just an in-game clock or the video, because videos can be edited, but like it's much harder to fake or be disingenuous with an actual timer on the screen. Um, so that it's more just a verification tool. You're welcome to measure it however you want, whether it's when you press the F key or sorry, when you stop the timer, or whether it's I don't know why that glitch happens. That's a very interesting glitch you can research. Um, um, Whether you want to sorry, what was that about the timer? Whether you want to go based on how fast you run the timer or how fast you use the video. But overall, it should be relatively close, like maybe within a couple seconds of improvement. You can do frame counts. I know there's software. What was it? Who was it? Sorry, I'm thinking of a YouTuber. His name was um, Summoning Salt. Is that the level? Okay, well now. Honestly, some of these levels I feel like you don't even really need extra turrets. Yeah, for whatever reason, this game is running a lot faster. No, never mind. There's the annoying um, blimp glitch. You're gonna see some balloons appear from the top right, or like that. I don't know why they coded it like that. I got 1 minute. I need to complete one level. I don't think I'm gonna make it. I think it's too slow because it takes me almost 30 seconds to beat a boss. As I said before, you need to practice that last boss fight. That's what free play mode is great if you want to practice levels. If you want to do level attack, I'm not going to moderate that, so you're welcome to do so. You're welcome to set your own leaderboard. Become a moderator. Express an interest in that, and then I'll let you moderate that. I'll probably let you be a regular moderator, not a super moderator, because I really want to make sure nothing. But for the most part, pretty trusting. Yeah, submit a couple runs, and then if I know you're serious, then like honestly, I don't have high requirements. You don't need to be like, oh shoot, yeah, you don't need to like um you know Yeah, see, so I'm like almost a minute behind, so it's a little bit too slow on the first level. So I'll probably need to improve my technique for the points versus speed. Because I said before, the later levels will give you more points, but I think it's important at least to get one level of lightning and homing as fast as possible. If you can do that in level one, then you are on pace for a good run. Because one of the weaknesses I think of Alchem Mudkip is that um, he didn't go for he didn't go for a level one and then thing. So that would be a world record, or that's actually very close to Alpha Mudkip's time of 1532. I actually timed it as 1528 according to his video. Um, yeah, but yeah, I think we can save that time. Um, but is my audio still running? Oh, and I'm recording video. Yeah. So yeah, so we'll go through the flash page. Actually, I can now play the let me just double check. Yeah, I don't have any BGM on, so I can actually put on the in-game music. Sorry. So if my desktop audio is muted, like you can't hear the in-game video game music, it's because one, I need a focus, right? Yeah, I need like absolute concentration, for video game music, and the second is because I have BGM on, background music on. So I don't. One is I don't want advertisement. I guess like it's a stream thing. I don't want people to watch advertisements. If possible. I guess it's contributing to the artist. But I want to create clean content, right? Like I want to respect your time. Like some people may not necessarily have signed up for music. You can put on your own BGM music as you're watching this as well. I don't know. Let me in the comments know if you want to hear some of my BGM if you're interested. But I don't think you're interested in the music I listen to. I think, everyone has their own taste. So yeah, so we'll go to free play mode, right? And then this is how you practice the bosses and levels. You can do some level attacks, then you can use points. Um, Teleport, it doesn't make any sense. Trader, I don't really see. As I said before, I don't understand the utility of it. I'm only experimenting with two, so there's really optimization and pathing rather than like execution rather than actual research. Um, I still love fire and lightning. Maybe there's something to be said with piercing. Actually, let's test out piercing. Now that we have the time. Let's just test it out on a simple level. Let's do a quick level of Victorian Dreams. I'm very curious to see how piercing effect works, especially level 1, level 2, level 3. We can even exit the level. Nothing. Okay. Oh, also, so the thing I forgot to yeah, that forgot to bring me up to another mechanic, which was that arrows, the higher level arrow will always take precedent over the lower level arrow, I think, if if their effect conflicts. So if you have a fire and ice arrow and it's level 3, um it'll set it on fire and then it'll freeze it. There's a specific order to things. I don't know how they coded it, but there's a specific order to which arrows take priority. I think the more expensive ones are the lower ones on the time clock. So the homing arrows will take priority over piercing unless piercing has a higher level. Although the fire and ice effect doesn't really make any sense because of how it's applied. Because it applies, no, it applies ice last. So yeah, it is. It goes based on price and then the order. So theoretically, the gravity effect should take effect before the time effect, and then the time effect should be the most powerful at third level. Explosion effect takes effect over homing. So they probably like planned it out. So that's very interesting. So maybe we do 3 levels of this, but I think homing should still take priority if I'm not mistaken. We'll need a run where I only have. Well, I'll do a casual run, I guess, to test things out. Oh, whoops. Let's do that and that. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know whether that deals more damage, but I think that's a very interesting research direction. That's a very interesting research direction. We need to time a level. We need to time a level, do a time trial. This actually may be faster than explosion. I think I'll do a run with this, like a serious run. I'll time it. We'll just call it. I love the arrow swarm, by the way. Dang nabbit, I knew you can mess around with it because we did explosion. Oh my lord, this is. I need to test this on the boss level. I need to test this on the last level boss level. I actually want to see how. I bet you this will actually be faster than the explosion arrows. Oh, I need to test this. Gosh, no, no, because it's out of range. Effect out of range. I can't tell. I think it's faster though, especially when you have more arrows in the region. Um, I think there's a little bit of RNG as well with the where the enemy spawns, but for the most part, I think this is that is the fastest. That is the fastest boss level. I need to think. I need a theory craft. How do we do this? Like, is it faster just explosion? There's probably a good combo. I'm gonna do a couple runs with this, and then I'm gonna let the innovating go. So I don't want to kill the speedrunning community. I want to let people chase their own records. But I'm not yet done with this game. I'm not yet done with speedrunning, so we'll stop there. But this is definitely a video I'll probably release.